This month, we're going to deal with the issues of fertility. Some of you may contemplate having children later on in your life, and some people may even contemplating having a second child much later in their lives. So what are their risks and how successful it's going to be like? Then you need to know what it's like breeding like Mick Jagger. We all know about Mick Jagger. At the age of 78, yes, I repeat, 78, he actually fathered 8 children, and his youngest grandchild is probably older than his own child. At the age of 78, Mick Jagger actually had a child with a young ballerina of 29-year-old, and the child is 5 years old now since 2016. So what is the secret of breeding like Mick Jagger? So the situation actually dependent on the maternal side. Whenever someone is contemplating fertility at advancing age, actually the more important factor is the maternal factors, and the age is crucial. Many of you may not know that from the age of 40 to 45, there's a crucial drop in fertility, and that is evident on the number of eggs being produced, and also is evident by the data showing the successes of fertility. For example, for somebody who's contemplating test tube baby using artificial reproductive technology, a woman of age of 40 will have 1 in 25 chance, or actually it's 25% chance of having a baby in one cycle of IVF. But if somebody is at the age of 45, it drops significantly down to 2%. Besides, miscarriage rates also goes up significantly with advancing age. At the age of 40, it's about 35%. At the age of 45, it's about 55% chance of miscarriage. And lastly, the risk is high risk, obviously, with advancing age, and it's called high risk pregnancy, because the associated problems such as diabetes, preeclampsia, and also premature birth and stillbirth is higher with advancing age of mother. We all know that the risk of Down syndrome goes up significantly, and that can be as high as 1 in 106 for a 40-year-old woman, as compared to 1 in 30 for 45-year-old woman. What about men? Can men carry on breeding like Mick Jagger? There are some issues. So with advancing age, although the sperms itself is really quite good enough for a younger partner to fertilize the eggs. However, with advancing age, especially someone in Mick Jagger's age, you may have to consider other things, because the risk of autism increases, the risk of depression increases, and the risk of miscarriages increases. So it's not a risk-free entity for men, even with advancing age, even we aspire to be like Mick Jagger. For next week, we're going to talk about a funny situation called worms in the scrotum. So this is a condition that actually is described a bag of worms inside the testicle. We're not really talking about real worms. We're talking about dilated blood vessels that emerge in the scrotum that warms up the testicle. Then you know what to do, because you need to stay tuned and carry on putting Dr. G on the spot.